Welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6. Um, we are playing the German Empire. We are about, I would say we are about like in the mid game. We're in the medieval era, and the German unique bonus of the Hansa has kicked in. So we're in a pretty good spot. We have won a war against the English civilization, and we have wiped them out. We are currently in a war with the American civilization, which they declared on us, and we have passed a tipping point in that war, where we are winning now. Let's see how far. I haven't decided how far I'm gonna go with this war. I have reflected on some more or less urgent issues. We don't have that many workers right now. We have one worker parked up in London. I just noticed that it has an unimproved tile here, but Aachen was struck by a flood which destroyed its farmlands. So this caused Aachen to have reduced housing capacity. I see now that it has been resolved for the moment, but having our capital, which we have invested so much in, having this destroyed farmland is not a good idea. And I have one worker down here with 4 charges in Dortmund. Dortmund has Magnus, the Magnus governor right now, and it has a couple of tiles that it needs to be chopped, especially this tile here with the lumber mill. Where the aqueduct will be. But I also want to chop the rest of the forests here before moving Magnus away from Dortmund. So this worker needs to be at Dortmund. This worker up here at London, he has 3 charges. I could send him down to Aachen to repair, then send him back up to London. It will have some travel time, 6 turns. I moved the worker creating I'm saying worker, I mean builders. The builder governor to Magdeburg, and I sent Pingala to Aachen. So from now on, Magdeburg will be creating my workers. In 4 turns, I have civic exploration, which will grant me a new government type, Merchant Republic. When I have this, I can swap to the policy card that grants new builders 2 extra build actions, and then I can start producing builders in Magdeburg. But it will take some time for that to happen. First 4 turns for exploration, and then maybe a couple of turns to create a builder. Yeah, 4 turns. So it's actually it's faster to send my worker down from London down to Aachen. Gonna do that now. Yeah, that's it. And with these warriors that I have here stationed, they stood and guarded my city spots that I plan to put cities on. And now that I have done that, these warriors can go and scout like over in this tundra area here. And basically act as fog busters. Because eventually I might want to start see if I can put cities up in the tundra area. Like maybe even a city north of Mexico City and a couple of cities here in this area, in this I mean, it's also the mountain ranges almost creates like a cauldron here, and we have a river with fresh water. So this could actually be a decent place for a couple of cities. Oh yeah. Since we have built a encampment district in Ashen, from now on Ashen will be my main unit production center. So the rest of my cities can focus on building districts and building settlers and workers and whatnot. Yeah. Let's see, what can we build in mines? I think Mainz is a pretty healthy city. It has gotten a lot of attention from our builders, and it has this diamond setup with Hansa and commercial hub. So I think I'm gonna build watermill in order to increase its production and food income. Just 2 turns, or I can place a new district. This spot here will be adjacent to this Ruhr Valley. So I could place a theater square here, for example. I could place a campus here. It's not an excellent spot, but it's not bad either. At some point I want to decide like what do I want to do with this game? Like in what way shall I win this game? And it's usually going to be a decision between science or culture. I mean, science might be the most straightforward thing, but I mean, if I decide that I want to go with culture, I can definitely win with culture as well. I can postpone the decision by just building a watermill. I could also, for example, build an entertainment complex here. It's an okay spot for that. If I build an entertainment complex, for example here, that means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Ashen will get the... Look, in the entertainment complex, you can build buildings that affects all cities within 6 tiles of the district. So, and it increases amenities. So, it will reach Aachen. Will it reach Heidelberg? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it does. It will reach Dortmund. It will not reach Cologne. Or Köln. It should be called Köln. And it will also reach this coast city that I will settle eventually. And it will reach Nazca, and it will reach... If I settle a city here, somewhere. Okay. So maybe I will create my first entertainment district. Here. Since entertainment districts don't benefit from adjacency bonuses, I usually build them in a spot, you know, where if I have a really bad tile somewhere, which I mean, yeah, but this is a good, it's an okay spot for an entertainment complex. I don't really need the amenities right now, but my my cities will grow, and you know, getting all these cities with extra amenities will put a relief on my luxuries, so the luxuries can be directed to other cities. Okay, let's continue. So now that I have Liang assigned in Magdeburg, it's a good idea to give Magdeburg more production. And maybe also Magdeburg needs more food. Yeah, it can grow. So let's give Magdeburg production and food with. And where do we want to send this? I think London is a good idea. It's close. It's a we don't have roads here yet, and it has decent food and production income there with the trade route. Okay, so can we take the city this turn? Probably not. No. What I want to do is that I want to surround the city so that it doesn't regen health. Don't have quite enough troops to do that right now, though. So if I place the horseman here on this tile, I think it should be fine. Or even this tile. Now I can loot, pillage this quarry. It's a mine. I always forget if jade is a quarry or a mine, but yeah, it's a mine. Magdeburg, created trader. Banner for you. And now, do I make the government plaza in this tile? Seems like I need higher population. Frankfurt to do that. When I have more workers, I will probably send Magnus to Frankfurt so I can chop these two marshes and send food to Frankfurt. Okay. I mean, I could use this engineer to Frankfurt so that he can produce more districts. But I just need two more districts in Frankfurt. Really, it's the government plaza and the campus. And the government plaza will get when it's size 7, and the campus when it's size 9. So and he will get that without much more help, I think. Yeah. The problem now is that he lacks housing, but he will get more housing when the granary is completed there. Okay. Oh yeah, I do have a great engineer with 2 charges that instantly creates production into a wonder. So I could go here and help produce Angkor Wat, but I think I will not do that. Why? Because Angkor Wat is a wonder that is unlocked um, in with this civic here, Medieval Fairs, and most actually. So Teddy Roosevelt has reached this far, and also John Curtin has reached this far. They have reached this far actually, both of them, in the civic tree. But if we look at, yeah, I mean, Australia is a real contender in both culture and science. He's still way ahead of me. So I mean, he could possibly build Angkor Wat, but Roosevelt will not be a contender. He will not. I don't think he's gonna build Angkor Wat. He has a war on his hands which he's losing, and yeah. I mean, and so if I lose Angkor Wat, it's not a disaster. It's not the end. My game plan doesn't rely on Angkor Wat. If I get it, it's a good boost to my empire. But my game is not ruined if I lose it. So I will actually save this for something else. There are more important wonders, for example, like this one, Forbidden City. I think that's more important for my game plan. For example. Oh, and Ruhr Valley is the most important one. Taj Mahal. Okay, so era score. Taj Mahal helps that I get more era score from all historic moments. So if a historic moment is worth 2 more era score, it will get 1 extra era score. So from then on, if I have Taj Mahal, from then on I never have to worry about getting Dark Ages again. Well, yeah, it's gonna be much more easier than to reach the normal ages and the golden ages when I have if I get Taj Mahal. I talked about earlier that I mostly want to avoid getting into Dark Ages. We have actually new era in one turn, and as you can see, I will get into a normal age next era, and that is fine for me. But as you can see, I'm not actually that far from the Dark Age. I have 68 score and I need 65 to get to normal age. So it's not by a huge margin really that I go into the normal age. Going into a Dark Age can be a disaster, especially if you have a lot of like neighbors with cities with that put loyalty pressure on your cities. I will resolve this. I mean, I do have neighbor cities here with America, but that issue is going to be resolved anyway this time by me raising his cities. But still, I really want to avoid the Dark Ages. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so he could shoot me. Apparently his crossbowman here in Boston could shoot me through the forest here. Yeah. It's not on a hill. There are still some elements of the game that I haven't fully understood yet. I mean, I can't attack him, right? So, make a dedication. +1 era score for each time you construct a new special district. I am building a lot of special district, but most of the districts has already been built because I have all my Hansas and commercial hubs down. At least in my established cities. This is Useless, Exodus of the Evangelist. Yeah, I don't have a big naval game yet. On the other hand, since I haven't discovered that many continents and natural wonders yet, this could be a good source of era score income. This is actually probably the safest bet because I will have a lot of trade routes. Like almost all my cities will have a trade route contribution because each commercial hub, once it has market in it, it will yield one more trade route. So I will have a situation when I get more and more cities like online, so to speak, with the Hansa and commercial hubs. My trade routes will keep going up. And since I will mostly use internal trade routes, I can make them really short, like short duration. So this is like a endless supply of era score, while monumentality is more era score when the city grows, so to speak, when the city goes from not being established to being established. And what I mean by that is getting the Hansas and the mandatory districts down, like the Hansas and the commercial hubs, and aqueducts in some cases. So you would think that this monumentality is the best for the Germans, but I can see how Exodus of the Evangelist is. No, sorry, Hic sunt Dracones. But I think this is the safest. Yeah. And Ashen will keep producing crossbowmen. You see, 1 turn production time for crossbowmen. It's pretty good. Also, when I create the crossbowmen in my encampment city, they get increased experience. So what happens here is yeah, I have barracks, which gives plus 25% combat experience for all melee and ranged land units. And I also have armory, which gives another 25% combat experience for all land units trained in this city. So in total plus 50% increased combat experience. So these crossbowmen will level up faster than their peers, so to speak. Okay. Magdeburg, you will create builders. The builder takes 4 turns for Magdeburg to finish, and Liang will settle in 3 turns. So that's fine. And in 2 turns from now, I will have the policy card that increases the building charges on the builders. So I think I will start producing builders in Magdeburg. London, what about you? He just finished his workshop. Housing looks fine, so market it is. Köln. Looks fine here. I decided not to build the commercial hub in Köln. It doesn't have much space to build stuff. So just going with one. But that means this lighthouse is more important. It increases also my trade route capacity. But do I produce a monument? Do I purchase a monument here? Loyalty issues might be... No, it's not the problem right now. Okay, so I will purchase the monument. And I will produce lighthouse. Okay, that was it in terms of production, it seems. So back to the war. Boston is gonna be raised next turn. Your progress towards civil engineering has advanced. So this one is important. This is one of the most important civics. Statue of Liberty sucks. But this one, Public Works, is one of the best policy cards in the game. At least it fits my playstyle. Yeah, I have like an endless stream of crossbowmen coming south here. You could say America's in a pickle. So now, do I want to raise Boston or do I want to keep it? I probably want to raise it, but it's not obvious. Look at where we can place the cities here. Here is the freshwater along the river, and by the way, the river is called Rhine River, which is the German river, and settling a American city along a German river is gonna be, you know, it has to be purged. But the question is here now. I mean, this area here is pretty cramped with space. Köln and Dortmund is already close to each other. They are starving for space, especially Köln. Mainz doesn't have any space north of it because of Aachen. So Mainz needs space to work tiles south of it. And if I settle a city here also, it will be starved of space to the east. So all this space to the south of Mainz and to the south of Dortmund will need to be worked by Dortmund and Mainz. So I might actually... I like to build, when I can, I like to build cities on desert tiles, since desert tiles are useless for working. What if I place a city there? So 3 tiles to the north and 3 more tiles to the north, we get Mainz. So we don't have any wasted space between Mainz and this city. And there is no wasted space between Nazca and this city. So this could be a decent contender for a city spot. If we want to get even more big-brained, placing a city there. And why would you do that, you might ask? Because we don't have fresh water here. But what if I then make this into an aqueduct? Then we have an excellent Hansa spot for here. Because it will get adjacent bonus from the aqueduct and 2 bananas and 1 jade. On the other hand, I usually want to build my Hansas into clusters with commercial hubs with a neighboring city. And there is no neighboring city near this tile that he could share with. Dortmund and Köln is already sharing, Mainz and Aachen is already sharing. When I capture Nazca and this city could be sharing district cluster. And this area here might even be a spot for government plaza. This is actually a pretty good hexagon for government plaza. From this city, from Nazca, and from maybe a city to the south. Maybe, I mean, New York is already district placed here, so it might struggle to help. And also it doesn't really reach it. So like a hexagon with a government plaza needs to be in a 3-city cluster. At least a 3-city cluster. Yeah. And New York is not reaching them. Do I want to raise New York? It has fresh water here. And it's settled 3 tiles from Washington. Washington can't be raised. Also, Washington has wonders that I want to keep. But New York doesn't have any wonders. I'm not too fancy about the districts here. Yeah, I mean, there's a government plaza here. It's a pretty useless spot. And when I capture New York, yeah, I'm gonna raise New York. So what if I build this city somewhere else? It still needs fresh water, right? So it's a grassland hill. He built New York on a grassland hill. What if I build New York on this hill here? Could place a aqueduct, for example, in this tile. Either way, I mean, yeah, having the aqueduct here is not gonna help me that much in terms of adjacent bonuses. So off you go, and we will place the city there in this spot. This is also a good spacing towards Washington. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles from Washington. So we free up some space around Washington. We want Washington to be a strong city. We might keep Cincinnati. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there is a strip of land between Köln and Cincinnati, which is not optimal. This city here will work this tile, be able to work this tile here. But these two tiles will be wasted. It's not a disaster, it's not an end of the world. Yeah. We'll see, we'll see. For the moment I will I'm gonna raise Boston, right? So goodbye, Boston. We can't have a city named Boston on the Rhine River. So Mainz just produced their entertainment complex. And this arena here, yeah, this one doesn't do the area, but the one after that extends to cities 6 tiles from it. So here I want the university. It will unlock the boost for printing, and this is an important tech because of Forbidden City, which is a very good wonder. +1 wildcard policy slot. What we do here, lighthouse. We want to grow Frankfurt, right? More crossbowmen. Yep, more crossbowmen. So there we have exploration. And now things will happen. Because now I can change the government type to Merchant Republic. So some era score in the new era is excellent. And now I get boost to castle, which is this tech here, which means I can build medieval walls. Alhambra is a pretty good wonder. Hills adjacent to encampment district. Not very much options for that. I mean, I could build Alhambra on this spot here, or on this spot. Building Alhambra on this spot actually makes this spot here a decent contender for a culture district. The problem is that I'm already producing a culture district here. If I build Alhambra on this hill here, then this becomes a good contender for culture district. On the other hand, this tile doesn't have any adjacency bonuses from other districts, which this one would have. Yeah. And I can't build, I mean, this tile, the only city that reaches it is Trier. But do I really want Alhambra? I'm not so sure about that. It gives +2 amenities, great general points, military policy slot. It's not, it's decent, but it's not as important as, for example, Forbidden City. I can definitely use the military slot policy cards, since I'm using this government type which gives me just one natural military slot, and then I get one from my civilization bonus. So what policy cards do we choose here? Builders get the build action. This is a given. Conscription is a given. Is feudal contract a given? I'm not so sure. Do I want to stop building archers anytime soon? It doesn't seem like that. On the other hand, I don't think I need that many more crossbowmen in order to win this war. Maybe I will... Yeah, I want civil engineering. I'm not gonna have a great artist anytime soon, so I will brute force humanism. These are pretty... This rationalism is a pretty good policy card. Especially if you have universities in your campuses. With large population size, you want 10 or more population in cities. And my campus cities are not that big yet. They will be eventually, but it's not a hurry to get that. So, conscription is a given. We want serfdom. What else? We don't need settlers right now. What military slot policy cards do we need? Not really. I mean, building walls doesn't hurt, but it's not mandatory right now. It's not that important. Starting to explore could be a viable option. We cannot yet produce caravels. They are unlocked here. These are great for exploring the oceans. But I usually actually also often explore with great admirals. And yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to earn enough admirals for that. So I'm not gonna build any naval units right now. This looks fine. I do value 100% commercial hub district adjacency bonuses higher than 2 great merchant points per turn, or 2 great science points per turn. But I have 1 slot open here, wildcard slot. I could go for the campus. I only have 2 campuses though, so it's not that much payoff, and they don't have that high adjacency bonus. Trade routes, this is 10 gold per turn for me. Is 10 gold per turn better than 2 great merchant points per turn? Not an obvious choice, but I'm not earning that much. I have many units that cost me. I can tell you, conscription earns me much more than caravansaries earns me. This is a very important policy card, conscription. Yeah, there we go. So Ashen can keep producing crossbowmen for a while. Yeah, this is enough military to destroy America. Let's continue. So we have, yeah, this is gonna be a long one, 14 turns to humanism. So that means quite a few archers and crossbowmen and workers gonna be produced in this time. So yeah, here we come to repair the farms. Excellent. No peace, sorry dude. He wants my iron. I can give him iron. I don't need any open borders, I just want gold from you. This is a steal. 6 times 30. See? That's a lot of gold. 180 gold for 20 iron. Do I want to build a military engineer? They can help build aqueducts. It can be relevant. But right now I have a policy card to produce crossbowmen. Oh yeah, Dortmund, I forgot about you. So, you go south. You keep producing builders. And you keep producing crossbowmen while we have the policy card. Okay. Do we make Colossus here? Gonna take a chance. London, you need housing. I noticed that London has also Nürnberg has amenities problems. So what I explained earlier was that when I build this entertainment complex in Mainz, that means Mainz doesn't need um, as much amenities from luxuries. As you can see, they get 1 amenity from entertainment and 3 amenities from luxuries. That means that these luxury resources can be funneled into... If he didn't have this from entertainment, he would need 4 amenities from luxuries. So for example, my wine here goes to London, Trier, Aachen and Berlin. So if I didn't have the entertainment in Mainz, maybe this wine would have to go to Mainz then instead. But now it can go to London, Trier, Aachen and Berlin instead. So putting entertainment in Mainz actually helps amenities in my other cities. That's the point of what I'm trying to make here. I'm not getting the city surrounded here, even though I have cavalry on both sides. Zone of control. maybe it doesn't spread over the river properly here. So maybe this tile here doesn't get zone controlled by this. So I could maybe if I change like this, if I put this archer horseman here and this horseman there, it could be solve the problem, possibly. We'll see about this next turn. Yep. Can I end the recording here? Start the next one.